Hello and welcome to Packs&Recreation, and today we are opening a Phyrexia, all will be one bundle. Now with 8 set boosters, which I always find funny that they say this because it used to be 10 and it came with more stuff. So this is like marketing backwards. I guess that some people will look at this and be like, "Oh my god, 8 set boosters!" Like, I guess. So this is a Magic the Gathering bundle. This is a Magic the Gathering bundle. In case you are new to this, this is the new version of them. In the past, they came with more stuff. Normally, they come with the 20 traditional foils and 20 regular basic lands from that set, an oversized spin down life counter. 8 set boosters, 2 reference cards, an alt card that is always the same, and the box. The box is a feature, and some nice holographic things so that you know that this hasn't been opened. So let's crack it. Let's try to speed run it a little bit because I made a promise to myself that I will try to optimize the speed of how I handle this. So Phyrexia text, which I need to see what it says. The box nowadays doesn't do anything. Doesn't work for anything. Like it's literally just an empty box. Back in the day, it was a poster from the other side as well. An insert, in this case with the map of New Phyrexia, and on the other side, my boy Jace. But this, it's literally an insert. It's a piece of paper. This has no special treatment or anything whatsoever. And the box. The box, in this case, you have Elesnor, Mother of Machines. Here, Phyrexia, Magic the Gathering logo, and Phyrexia, all will be one. And you can see that the box doesn't really close, and there is a reason for that. And it is technically cut sideways, but or diagonally. But the reason is that they have this insert here, and that insert, at the very least, nowadays, it means that it comes with some poppable dividers, some mini dividers, and some full-size dividers, and some counters like Phyrexian poison counters, and a shield counter, or indestructible counter. I guess it's shield. So this is just nice, I guess. Back in the day, it was just cardboard, so I guess this is better. And the contents. So the die, which you will hear a lot because, oh man, it moves. So the Phyrexia die, which is a very nice die. I like it a lot. It really conveys the spirit of the plane. And it has a mini box inside. Technically it's to hold your deck or something. And then this box, the box is kind of good quality, I'm not gonna lie. Good quality, for cardboard purposes. And the mini box, and then the promo with the lands on it is always the same for everyone. And the reason why you're here, well, actually, yeah, the reason why you're here, the two rule cards. There you go. You're welcome. The reason why you're here, the set boosters. So normally it comes with 8 set boosters. Set boosters are the fun way to start a Magic the Gathering collection, not the efficient way, because that will be draft to play or just buy the singles you want. If you just want to, buy for the sake of buying and having fun opening, I guess this is the best one. Actually, they market it as such, like, oh, this is the best way to have fun opening packs. Like, I guess even they know that ideally you should just buy the singles or play drafts. So they come with an art card, the set boosters. This will be a topic, a constant for all the boosters that we will open today. So in this case, you'll see that this is Solving Mayhem Dominos by Chris Cold. So you actually collect the art cards, and that's, well, a thing, like what we used to do with collectible cards before they became a game as well. And Phyrexian land, a mountain in this case, very nice. The Hunter Maze, land sphere. So 2 lands right off the bomb. Maze School Bomb. It pulses with the might of an apex predator. Since we already opened a bunch of Phyrexian stuff, I'm going to be a little bit faster unless someone I really want to read some text, or I just really want to, you know, emphasize on some card, or I don't remember the card, like Branch Blight Stalker, Phyrexia Elf Scout. Some vicious swarm aspirants hang motionless in the canopy for weeks, allowing poisonous flowers to root in their flesh and weave tendrils through the air. So this is it. Okay, let's see. Carnivorous Canopy. Well, we just talked about the canopy, so here is the canopy. Sorcery. Destroy target artifact. Enchantment or creature with flying. If that permanent's mana value was 3 or less, proliferate. Distorted curiosity. This is the problem when you go multi-language. Let me see if I can adjust maybe the color a little bit. It makes sense to you. Maybe there. So, distorted curiosity. Nahiri's Sacrifice. Because, well, she knew she was completed. Tyvar's Stand. This is a story for another day. Furnace Punisher, which this card actually is harder to see in its normal art than it is on the... Ooh, nice! The Eternal Wanderer. 4 and 2 white. Legendary Planeswalker. No more than one creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each combat. Exile up to one target artifact creatures. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner control at the beginning of that player's next end step. So it loses or it misses an entire turn. And for 0, you create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with double strike, and for -4, for each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control, not chosen this way. The set boosters also come always with a foil card. So the foil card is another randomizer. It can be a rare or a mythic, so you can actually get 2 per pack, at least in the current configurations. Kudoltha Cackler. You would laugh too if you just burn through the Tyrannex's stomach. And then the paper card, which is normally welcome to Arena, and this is the worst type of card. I hate these with a passion. Nothing of value here. You can cut them and make dividers or something. Oh, nice. Signed by the author. The Hunter Maze by Alina Danner. 60 out of 81. Very nice. Phyrexia Island. Very nice. Contagious Vorak. Hey, it's me, Vorak. Bad jokes are also a staple on this channel. Pestilent Siphoner. First black. Okay. Blightbelly Rat. They also try to do like kind of a rat tribal on this set. It doesn't really rock the boat for me, but if you already have rats, well, you can have a commander deck out of rats. Cinderslash Ravager. Ichorplate Golem. Funny because we opened a normal Golem from Mirrodin in a couple of videos ago, and this is the corrupted version apparently. Atraxa's Skitterfang, because Atraxa has the right to have a pet. Cephalopod Sentry. Very good card for draft. Rustvine Cultivator, another card that you actually will see more times in this art than in the actual art. And Lux Artillery is the rare on this booster and is a commander card, as you can see by the set icon. Artifact for 4. Whenever you cast an artifact creature spell, it gains Sunburst. It enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 30 or more counters among artifacts and creatures you control, Lux Artillery deals 10 damage to each opponent. So These proliferate and a commander deck, which is kind of the point, is in the set logo, and you have a party. Hey, double rare, yay! So slow bad, and the card is kind of so bad. Iron Goblin for 2 and 1 red, legendary creature, Phyrexia Goblin Artificer. You can tap it, sacrifice an artifact, add an amount of red mana equal to the sacrifice artifact's mana value. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities or artifacts. Once he fought to save Mirrodin, now he fights to remake it. 3/3. I guess it could be a good commander if you have like a deck around destroying artifacts. And the foil is Bladehold Warwhip for Mirrodin. Like, actually nice foil. I like when foil, I don't know if the camera gets it, but I love it when foils emphasize stuff on the card, and it's just not like, oh, the entire card is radiant. It's just like, in this case, it's just the rope and the blue parts. That everything is foil, but those parts are the ones that really shine. I think the camera kind of gets it. And a bonus card. This is the opposite of the ad card. When you get the ad card, this is nothing. This is worthless. I mean, maybe a code here to play or something like Pokemon does, but this is a reserved, like the list card. In this case, it's a Pentabus. They have a list. In case you don't know, every set since for a while now, they have a list, and sometimes you can get cards from the list in set boosters, and this is one of them. The list are cards from different sets, basically reprints. Pentabus for 7, artifact creature construct 0/0. Pentabus enters the battlefield with 5 +1/+1 counters on it. You can pay 1 and remove 1 +1/+1 counter from Pentabus. You put a 1/1 colorless Pentabite artifact creature token with flying onto the battlefield. And you can pay 1 and sacrifice Pentabite and put a +1/+1 counter on Pentabus. So it really just keeps spawning things, and you can sacrifice the things to make it stronger back, and back and forth. I guess that if you fortify it with cards that give it +1/+1 counters, or you just proliferate, it actually can be a very good card. Well, double token, yay! This is nice. Actually, this is a trick. When you open it, you see a magic back, it means that you get a list card. If you see a token, well, there is a token. Atraxa Grand Unifier by Anato Finstark. A Phyrexia forest, well, actually a forest in full art. Thirsting Roots, 1 green. Dune Mover, artifact creature, Phyrexia Golem. The shifting, unpredictable sands were deemed a disobedient affront to the flesh singularity. Plague Nurse, Silent Hill version. Ripskiff, which seems like something that should be in Dark Souls or on Theros. Necrosquito, one of the cards with the better names in this set. Wait. Armored Scrap Gorger. This card is actually very good, or better than it looks, and is used on standard a lot on decks that have green. Evolving Adaptive Phyrexia Warrior. Urabrask's Anointer, one of my famous shorts. Quicksilver Fisher, double Phyrexia art time, yay! I think you're also guaranteed to get 1 Phyrexia art. I don't remember the percentages on this. Oh, Skrelv, Defector Might for 1 white. This is kind of one of the staples of the set. Legendary artifact creature, Phyrexia Might, Toxic 1, which means that they get a poison counter. Skrelv Defector Might can't block. You can pay a Phyrexia white and tap. You choose a color. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until the end of turn. It can be blocked by creatures of that color this turn, which is very, very useful. And a Phyrexia white can be paid by either a white or 2 life, and is a 1/1. And the shiny one is Basilica Shepherd. It's okay. It's an okay card. And the token is not a double-sided token. It's just a token. From one side, use Companion, which I don't think I installed Companion ever, and Rebel, which poor things are just so ugly. Okay, next. So far so good. I mean, one Eternal Wanderer and one Spectromite, regardless of the financial standpoint, they are very good cards to play. And, some other cool cards like Pentavus, not bad. There's a reason why normally the set boosters are the first to go and to, sold out, even though they are not the best in terms of to play or value, because technically collectors is more valuable, but it's very difficult to get returns. When you get them, you get them. And a draft is to play, which is the better type of booster. This is okay, you get the art cards. In this case is Black Sun's Twilight by Jonas Dero, or Jonas Dero, I don't know how you read this. And you get a Phyrexian land, so there's always a land. Vraska's Fall, Restart Moment. Annihilating Glare, Vraska's again. Complete Devotion, which I think that's Elspeth, exactly. Elspeth, my friend, the multiverse has answered my prayers to bring you here so that I may gather you into my pride and forever protect you. Poor Elspeth. But she's coming back as an Archangel, so nice. Molten Rebuke. Planar Disruption. Our very own Eternal Wanderer, or Wandering Emperor, they just can never stand in the same place. And well, in this case was because of the defenses against the Planeswalkers. But I find it funny that they use precisely the Eternal Wanderer or the Wandering Emperor to illustrate this when she can't hold herself on a plane for long. So I don't think this art was the best example or the example on the story. But okay. Necrogen Rot Priest. Necrogen Communion. So there's your priest, there's your communion. Canker Bloom. This is one of the best cards in green right now for Phyrexia will be one. Is a 3/2 for 1 and 1 green, which is great. And then you pay 1 and you can sacrifice it, and you can destroy the artifact or an enchantment or proliferate. So this is very good because it costs you 2. It's a 3/2, so there is good value right there. You put it in there, you are defending at the beginning of the game, or against white players or red players, which this set at standard right now has strong decks on that regard and have a lot of small creatures. And you block with it, and before the block is calculated, you sacrifice it, you activate its ability, and just destroy something on the battlefield, and the attack is negated still. So very, very good. And I learned that trick by playing Arena, because I didn't know you could do that. And people did it to me a lot. Necrogen Rot Priest again, but now in the cool art. Well, this is actually open to debate. I think I like both, but this is the duality that I like about Phyrexia. On one side is how they see themselves, very Renaissance kind of thing. And the other is how people see them as horrors, as terrible, terrible things. Melira, the Living Cure, the one that is immune to the oil, and it's very difficult to translate to gameplay. For 1 green and 1 white, legendary creature, Human Scout, 3/3. If you will get 1 or more poison counters, instead you get 1 poison counter. And you can't get additional poison counters this turn. You can exile it, and you choose another target creature or artifact. When it's put into the graveyard this turn, you can return that card to the battlefield under its owner control. So, very good card. And the foil is a hazardous blast for 3 and 1 red. The Machine Orthodoxy finds strength in numbers. The Quiet Furnace finds that amusing. And then Secret Lair, token, Rebel. Next, we're halfway there. Oh, lean on Phyrexia. So, Phyrexian Horror, nice. I love it how some tokens are rarer than others. Everything in Magic is like a freaking gacha. Even the tokens are It's a gambling thing. So, manga card, Nahiri the Unforgiving by Hiro Usuda. A forest, static on the cards. Hazardous Blast again, but this time not foil. Furnace Strider, sadly nothing to do with Strider the game from Capcom. The Autonomous Furnace, land, sphere. The Autonomous Furnace enters battlefield tapped. You can add 1 red, or you can pay 1 and 1 red and sacrifice it to draw a card. It's just cooler than what actually does. It doesn't really do that much. Furnace Skull Bomb. I love that there is a Skull Bomb per domain or per color, basically. I love when they do those things. Blazing Crescendo. This booster is apparently all red, or almost all red. There it is. The counter, black and blue, Voidwing Hybrid, and then Tainted Observer, which I always do the same comment, but I find it very funny that that's a bird, my friends, and someone obviously read Berserk. Scheming Aspirant, Phyrexia Advisor, Sinew Dancer or Sinew Dancer. I don't know how you pronounce it really to this day, but. The actual art is more difficult to see than this one. And Vindictive Flamestoker. For 1 red, a Phyrexia Wizard with 1 and 2. It's a 1 and 2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Vindictive Flamestoker. For 6 and 1 red, you can sacrifice Vindictive Flamestoker, discard your hand, then draw 4 cards. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each oil counter on Vindictive Flamestoker. Her Faith burns hot enough to sear away the flesh of the heretic. And the foil is a Thirsting Roots. Oh well. Publicity ads, and Phyrexia Horror. Nice art. Very old schooly. One more. A cat. Godzilla. Capricious Hellraiser by Kekai Kotaki. Phyrexia Swamp. Copper Longlegs. Gitaxian Raptor. Enters the battlefield with 3 oil counters on it. Gitaxian Anatomist. All the gangs in Phyrexia, right? Jawbone Duelist. This is, I use this in draft. It's okay. This is good. Bladed Ambassador, which looks like Vision from the Avengers, the comic one, because that suit is not in the movies. And Eccentric. This is very, very good also for white, because you basically exile 1 creature and put it underneath it. Or artifact even, you can exile something. Rosevine Cultivator, again, you never leave your house without it. Mirror Convert. You can see the commander card in this booster, Tangleweave Armor for 2 and 2 green. Artifact equipment, living weapon. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 black Phyrexia Germ creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is the greatest mana value among your commanders. Which, I guess that wording is in case you have like partner commanders or something like that, but they cover all their bases. Equipped for, it's an okay card, it's a decent card. And Atraxa, Grand Unifier. Yeah, mom. This is actually, technically we have a problem with naming conventions here, because if Elishnorn is Mother of Machines, everyone calls her Mommy. Atraxa is her creation and has every color except for red, because Urabrask was like, nope, I'm not collaborating with that. So if we call Elishnorn Mommy, is this big C's? Onechan, maybe, or something like that? I don't know. So 3, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue, and 1 black. Legendary creature, Phyrexian Angel. Has flying, vigilance, death touch, and lifelink. When a Traxa Grand Unifier enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each card type, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. And the types are Artifact, Battle, Creature, Enchantment, Instant, Land, Planeswalker, and Sorcery, and is a 7/7 Phyrexian Angel. Very nice. This is a 100% a commander card. You can use this in a good draft because I mean, if you can pull a draft with 4 colors, you have my respect. But not for everyone. That's for sure. And the foil card is a Thrumming Bird, which is actually very useful if you play blue in this nowadays in a draft. Join the Magic community with a cat. Adopt a cat in your life. Second to last. Not bad. This bundle, but I have to warn you, bundles are normally not like this, and you may not be as lucky, and yada yada yada. Just buy the cards you want, unless you just want to have fun, which this is what this is for, just like gambling or something. Phyrexian Vindicator, very good card, which I actually don't have, regardless of all the things I opened so far. So that's a proof. If you want a Phyrexian Vindicator, just buy it. It's cheaper than I open all the things that you can see in the channel, and I don't have a Phyrexian Vindicator, so you can imagine how I feel about it. Let's see if I can adjust this so that you can see this card better. Maybe like this. No. Yeah, I don't know how to adjust. This card is weird. It's a first. That's all you need to know. Soulblade's Camp. Ruthless Predation. Typical fight card for green. The only way of removal that they have. Predation Steward. Feed the Infection. You draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. Infectious Bite. Another fight card for green, so the way of the removal. Ravenous Necrotitan. Corrupted. Ravenous Necrotitan enters the battlefield, sacrifice a creature unless your opponent has 3 or more poison counters. Bonepicker Scourge. I don't remember even what's the normal art for this card. And, whoa, the Eternal Wanderer again. Nice. Twice in a single bundle. Okay, interesting. And I think I have another rare or mythic because of the amounts of cards here, so I just say like, this is not worth it, don't do this, it's just for fun, and then it just proves me wrong, apparently. The Eternal Wanderer, for which I already read it, so I'm going to read it again, but I promised myself that this video should be shorter. But look at that art. It's by Kento Matsuda. It doesn't look like her at all, which I'm fine with the interpretations. Like, it's like this is his version of her, but I don't know, I like it still. She looks like a Phyrexian though. I don't know. And Nahiri Unforgiving in manga as well. Nice. Which I don't have it in. I have it in Phyrexian, I think. In manga I just have the art card. So here it is. Legendary Planeswalker for one red, 1 white, and 1 either red or white Phyrexian. She is completed, which means that you can pay the price with mana or with life. If you pay with life, she enters with 2 less loyalty on her per one that you paid. So in this case, she will enter with 3 if you pay with life. So +1 until your next turn, up to 1 target creature attacks a player each combat if able. She has another +1, discard a card, then draw a card, and for 0, exile target creature or equipment card with mana value less than Nahiri's loyalty from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it. That token gains haste, exiled at the beginning of the next end step. Pretty nice. And another one, oh my god, I want to overreact. Oh, okay. Black Cleaves. Blackcliff Cliffs enters the battlefield tab. The way I think what happened is that you have 2 slots for alternative art, and I got the alternate art for the Eternal Wanderer. And then I have got Nahiri and Blackcliff, or I just got 2, no, because I have Bone Picker Scourge. So yeah, I think that's the explanation. Enters the battlefield tab unless you control 2 or fewer lands. So. And another Ichor Plate Golem, but this time it shines, baby. And join the Magic community for Action Might. And see, I opened it. I just opened it. I don't know if you can see it. I just opened it with gloves, and just see how I opened it carefully. And the corners are bust, which again, this is why the last card is a token or an ad card, and the first one is an ad card, is that if this happens, those are the cards that get hit. But come on, bro. I like my tokens. Last booster, I doubt it that it will be better than the one that we just opened. Not because of value, because those cards are not like the most valuable, but just out of, awesomeness, like, oh my god, so many good cards. So, Koth, Fire of Resistance by Eric Wilkerson. A Mountain. Full Art Mountain. Actually, foil Full Art Mountain. Nice. Vivisurgence Insight. The Surgical Bay. I love it how these are like, oh, these are the places, and the card is just kind of, but actually, this is the land. Surgical Skull Bomb. Escaped Experiment. VAT Emergence, which is when the taxes get back to you, apparently, at the end of the year. At the beginning of the year, actually, like in March, April, I think, is for every country. That was a joke between VAT and VAT, which is the taxes thing, in case you are not. VAT of Rebirth, well, this is the pod, and this is how you emerge from it. So there is explanation. And none of those cards are story highlights. So, and an incubation sac. So there's another thing. This one needs a bit longer to ripen, by Glissa Sunslayer. This is green, actually. So, Unctus Retrofitter. Blightbelly Rat, because of course. Ooh, Thron Breaker of Silence. Which I think I have it in the alternate art, but not in which is like a manga, and not the normal one. 3 and 2 green. Very good for a commander deck around him, as the professor showed us. This spell can be counter, trample. Thron, Breaker of Silence, can be the target of non-green spells your opponent controls or abilities from non-green sources your opponent controls. As long as it is your turn, Thron has Indestructible. And a foil, Thrill of Possibility. Very nice card. The art is great. The card is okay. And a token, and on the back which is also, it also has the corner, like, what's up with this? Come on. And a Magic minigame, Booster Blitz, which you can read if you want. It's something that you do, I guess. And that was it. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Conclusions, as always. If you want to start a collection on Magic very quickly, I guess this is a way you can do it. Just to have fun and open some boosters. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a couple of Eternal Wanderers, and one of them in manga art, and Nahiri and Atraxa and Thron. And sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you can see the other one that I opened. Sometimes you don't get anything. So this is gambling after all. So once again, I hope that you had a good time. I hope that this time it was a little bit faster, so it was easier and not as heavy to follow, but still chillax and the whole vibe of the channel. So let me know what you thought, what your thoughts are on this format, what you think about these pools, and as usual, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you're having a great time, and see you next time on Packs and Recreation. Bye.